Hello, my people. Una good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Tirime Apostle Alfred or John Oyinosa. We appreciate Baba God for the wonderful things we in do they do for our life. You know why? Because not only one they put road for where we don't they, and not only one they talk word when they reach. Tell friend truth, you know this boyfriend. Community where good people for keep quiet, and Baba go become general overseer. What is not good is bad. Happy Sunday one more time. Now election year, now we did so. And by next year, now January, in fact, the election year don't start, campaign don't start. So we shall say they very good, say time don't reach for us to begin to the hear from our people directly. The ones who don't they contest for various positions. We want to begin to hear from them, those aspirants, whether in House of Assembly, whether not for House of Representative, whether they go for the floor of Senate, we want to begin to know waiting then they do, waiting they get, the plan what they get for our people. So now we carry Waka come meet one of the aspirants where they represent Oredo for Federal House Representative, Honourable Senu Agwebo, what we know as Bibi. So we carry Waka come here, come meet him this afternoon, make him tell us why in they go for House of Rep, why he want make Edo people vote for him, and what he want do for Edo people. Because we know say election they come now, they're going to tell us different things. They go tell us what they want make we hear, we go hear them. But at the end of the day, you go to call them over, they go pick. After election, the PO can pick call, thereby depriving the people. So what really they know from them? Because that God now know their heart. But notwithstanding, we go play our role. My Oga, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Domos, how body?
Well, we are good, thank you so much.
So, I beg make you introduce yourself to our people.
Well, my name na Sonny Izuhunwa Agwebo, where everybody they call Bibi. They call me Bibi because the name of my businesses, they call Bibi.
Wow.
I'm the owner of Bibi Motels, Boundary Road in Benin. I'm the owner of Bibi Petroleum in Saple Road. Also own a farm called Erume Bibi Farms.
Wow.
So because of that, now everybody call me Bibi.
Wow, well done, sir. Now we also say you do the campaign under PDP. Say you want to represent Oredo for Federal House of Representative. Why you choose to go for House of Rep?
Well, I lived overseas for over a period of 30 years. Actually, I lived in Tokyo, Japan for a very, very long time. While we were overseas, there was this urge to come back home and contribute to our society. That was why in the year 1999, I came back here. I built Bibi Motels. Since that time, that very hotel has created job opportunities for people.
Okay.
A lot of people have benefited. A lot of Benin people have been able to train their children through the salary they earn from this very business. This is not the only business, like I said earlier. We also have Bibi Petroleum, it's a downstream sector arrangement, which has also contributed immensely, especially in the area of job creation for our people. Now, I feel strongly that, and let me also add briefly, that apart from my home in Japan, because I lived there for a very long time, there's nowhere in Nigeria, nowhere, anywhere in the world where I have a place I can call a home aside Benin.
Wow.
So here in Benin, I'm a major stakeholder. I'm worried about the way things are going here. Year in, year out, people come here and say they want to represent you. They go there and they don't really represent you. They go there and represent themselves. For me, this is a serious aberration. This is something that good people need to challenge for a change. They say where all the good people decide to fold their hands, all the bad people continue to see themselves as the best around. So based on that, in 2007, I contested the same election, House of Representatives, under PDP.
Okay.
If you go back, go check where, you see that election, I didn't win them. Because that time I was still new in the political terrain. Okay. You know, I was still very new and I won that election, but it was awarded to somebody else. I'll call it awarded because the person who went to the national level never really won that election. Wow. But I allowed that to go because for me, it was not a do or die. The interest I had was selfless, was to represent my people. because I believe that the people deserve the best.
Mm.
And when I look at all the other candidates, I see myself as doing much more better. Because if a man can sustain a business for a period of 22 years, it means that that person is focused.
Yeah.
It shows your competence. It shows your transparency. It shows that you have the commitment to always show in anything you believe in. So now I will tell you confidently that these establishments that I've mentioned earlier, they have all been around for more than 2 decades.
Wow.
I didn't inherit them. I built them. Built them, yeah, from
scratch.
From scratch. This Bibi hotel you are seeing here, I started with 7 rooms.
Wow.
I did not just build it wholly. When I came from Tokyo, I said I want to have a hotel. I started with just 7 rooms. From 7 rooms, I moved to 50 rooms. 50 rooms to 30 rooms. 30 rooms to 50 rooms. Now today we have 50 rooms with a functional hall.
Wow.
And it's existing. What does that tell you?
Progress.
It tells you of somebody who can be serious. So for me, going to represent our people at the National Assembly is going to be something I have to do selflessly. I'm not a selfish person. I'm a committed person. I believe whatever I believe in, I put in my best. Now our people are not having the best in terms of representation.
Okay.
If you go to those who go to National Assembly to represent us, they go there, most of them don't even say anything in the National Assembly. They go there for selfish interests. They go there, wait for the monthly allowances, and they keep these things to themselves because they don't really have any stake in Benin. Go and find out how many of them have a house in Benin here. They don't. They just come here, pick up the ticket, run to Lagos or run to Abuja. That's why when you call them, they will never answer your calls.
Okay.
But I'm a homeboy. I live here. When it is raining here, we are all in the rain together. When there is no rain, we all enjoy it together. When there is banditry, insecurity, we are all in it together. When the place is safe, we are all safe. So for me, I believe that contesting this election, it is in the interest of our people. Because the truth of the matter is that all of us cannot be in the National Assembly.
That's true.
So we have to choose one person, one competent person. And if I am elected to the National Assembly, you will hear my voice. A lot of things are happening. Look, for instance, the Sapler Road issue. The Edo State government has done its best. They provided palliatives because I was there the other time. I saw the governor doing something to make sure that there is some kind of succor for the people of Edo State, that the rain does not just take over the entire environment. The government has done it, but that's a federal road. One will expect that if we have any representation at all in the National Assembly, they should raise, that's an issue that should be raised on the floor of the House. People should rise up and say, there is disaster. That road has become a disaster. The federal government should declare emergency in that area, should intervene. That is the work, one of the things we expect from our representative in the National Assembly, be it the Senate, be in the House of Reps. So far, nobody has ever raised that issue. Let us even go from there. You hear what is happening to Nigeria. Nigeria is in a very big mess. People talk about unemployment. People talk about insecurity. It's because we have a National Assembly that is docile. If the National Assembly decide to do their job and do it very well, I believe the executive will wake up. Because what's the essence of having a National Assembly? Let us start from there. Now, the democratic system is based on the tripod. The executive, the judiciary, and the legislature.
Okay.
And the essence of this tripod is to act as check and balances on the essences of each other.
Okay.
The only difference between a dictatorship, military dictatorship, and a civilian democracy is the presence of the National Assembly.
Okay.
Because even in a military dictator, you have the judiciary.
Yeah.
But it's only in a democratic setting that you have the legislature. So we expect the legislature to perform to its optimal by acting as proper checks on the excesses of the executive. In Nigeria, they are not doing that. It's unfortunate. Look at the oil theft they are talking about. Oil theft. How can a country that is supposed to have an OPEC quota of 1.8 million barrels of oil a day cannot even meet up to 1 million barrels a day? And yet, we are not seeing a proper investigative proper job being done by the National Assembly to make sure that these things are properly looked at.
All right. Like what you are saying now, how does it not affect Edo people that you want to represent in the House of Rep?
You see, I just mentioned the oil theft.
Okay.
The oil theft in Nigeria has affected the economy very badly.
Okay.
As we speak, the dollar is more or less like a tissue paper because we don't have enough foreign reserve to support our currency.
Okay.
That's why every day you see the dollar crashing because a group of people, very unpatriotic Nigerians, have decided to turn Nigeria to their private industry or private investment, which is not supposed to be. So if the National Assembly is doing its job, all these things will be checked. And if they are checked, the economy will be better and I know people will enjoy. So I'm assuring you that if I get to the National Assembly, I will make sure that issues like that, the voice of Edo is heard. It's heard for the good of Nigerians and by extension, Edo people. Because if we all decide to be quiet, look at the economy is affecting everybody. We are all in trouble. Insecurity, everything is just down there. So we need somebody who can talk on behalf of Edo people. So that at the end of the day, all these issues will be resolved and Edo people and Nigerians will benefit. And let me tell you something, because a lot of people will tell you that if I get to a National Assembly, I'm going to build roads, I'm going to build schools, I'm going to create jobs. The job of the National Assembly is cleared out in the Constitution. Number one, lawmaking. Good laws for the good governance of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Number two, checks and balances, the excesses of the executive. These are functions that the National Assembly performs.
Okay, if I want to pick you on that, sir.
You can, yes.
I want to pick you on, sorry, sir. I want to pick you on that.
Okay.
There's what they call constituency project.
Yes.
There is money assigned to carry out some job in the area where you represent. So which means it's not all about passing laws or to checkmate the government, but there is a constituency project.
Yeah, you didn't allow me to finish.
Okay, sir.
I was going there.
Okay.
I was going to tell you that every legislator has a duty to package constituency projects in their yearly, in the yearly budget of the country.
Okay.
But let me also tell you that money is not given directly to the legislator.
Okay.
It is in the budget. It is for you to lobby to make sure that projects that are very dear to your people are included as your constituency projects.
Okay.
So if I'm elected, I will look at the needs of our people. For instance, in Ward 2, they have a lot of problems. No, transformer, electricity problem. The roads are bad. So many things are not right. Health center. People don't have access to medical facilities. These are things you can, through lobbying, through proper legislative lobbying, put in your constituency project and make sure that they are carried out. I will do that for the benefit of my people.
So, viewers all over the world, the floor is open to ask any question. This is what I call them talk as they be. Why you want make Oredo people vote for you? Why? Why do they solicit for their vote? At least, if you just go there now without solicit for their vote.
I told you before that I'm a homeboy. I live here. By the grace of God, I will die here. And I mentioned before that if there's insecurity in this land, we will suffer because I don't have any other place to go. So it is our duty collectively to salvage this place. We cannot afford to give our vote to people who don't live here, people who don't understand issues. I live here and understand issues. As a man that lives here, I know what I spend every day taking care of the needs of our people.
Wow.
I do it every day. If you go to my office, you're going to see a lot of people lined up. I'm not in government office, but I love doing it. So I am looking for the instrument of government to be able to do more. That's the only reason why I'm contesting. And I'm going to be selfless.
Wow.
Then you see somebody who wants to represent you. He does not even have a home here. That is why they pick up the ticket, they just run away. I have no place to go. This is my home. And we'll defend it. And defend it wholly.
Wow. You said you will defend it and defend it fully. Any question from our audience? If any question?
The question somebody asks is, apart from you feeling the pains of the people, what else is your mission in the House of Representatives?
Okay.
Well, the National Assembly, I think I've mentioned it. Maybe the person did not listen to me when I said it. Yeah. The National Assembly, you go there, you have to interact with your people. find out what their difficulties are. I mentioned earlier that in Ward 2, for instance, Ward 2 is like a local government of its own with about 42 villages.
Wow.
In that area, you go there, there are even no roads, no electricity, no water. These are things that if you are elected as a member of the National Assembly, you can incorporate into the constituency project to make sure that people are taken out of this very difficult situation. And apart from that, when you talk about job creation, you talk about people cannot get employed in a situation where there's no road, no road, no electricity. It is when you have all these facilities that you can have opportunity of creating industry and such things in such areas. So I believe strongly that if I'm given the opportunity to represent, these are things I will look at, and I'll look at very holistically and make sure that people are taken away from this kind of situation.
Wow. So viewers, those of you who wish to call in direct, we will pin the number there so you call in direct so that you also speak your mind. So sir, based on my own statistic, I discovered say Oredo too big. It's supposed to get at least, the first share is about 4 or 5 local government. I know say place they very big. Before now, the years they be want create more local government, not call work. So I don't know whether this country also did your agenda to see how to fit create more local government out of Oredo so that development goes spread. This one is my own personal opinion.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I've suggested it severally.
Okay.
Like I mentioned before, Ward 2 alone in Oredo is more than the entire Isha.
Wow.
Wow.
The entire 5 local government in Isha. Ward 2 alone is bigger. Ward 2 alone is almost like the size of the entire Bayelsa state. So Oredo deserves 2 local governments. Ward 2 will be a local government of its own, and the rest can be another local government. But all these things deserve constitutional amendments.
Okay.
Maybe when we go there, we'll lobby for it. Because I have it in mind that Ward 2 should be a local government of its own. Because that is the only way we can spread development. Because you cannot have Oredo. There are some places you go to into Ward 2. You don't get lost.
Wow.
You feel that are these places part of Edo State? That will tell you the size of Ward 2. So for me, if I have the opportunity to lobby and make sure Ward 2 is made a local government of its own, I will do everything within my power to make sure it happens.
Wow. And my people, and I thank God say the play, it did very interactive and ask your question because it did here with us, live and direct. Ask your question because from Talker Masibi, we don't make up our mind, say, all the people they represent us, we want to begin to they ask them questions, make them tell us what thing they want to do, the reason why they want to go represent us, whether in the House of Assembly, House of Rep, or Senate. Now we discover, say, we get them since we know they see their impact. The so-called constituent project where they lobby for, we shall see all of it they end for their pocket. Why some of them still they try. So I want to make our guy pick up this challenge because making Edo great no be only one person work.
Exactly.
And the governor, they do everything to make sure, say, Edo become great again.
Exactly.
And I realize, say, we know they feel federal presence for Edo. Is it as a result of poor representative from this angle?
Yes, I think the representation so far has been very poor. It has been very poor because the people are not talking. Because you must interrogate the system, you must ask questions. They are not. How can somebody be in the National Assembly for more than 8 years? You have not even been able to raise 1 or 2 motions for 8 years. You now wonder, where were you elected?
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things we are experiencing from our representative from Edo. So for the first time, by the grace of God, the voice of Edo will be heard and will be heard properly. Because the job of lawmaking in the national is a teamwork.
Okay.
You must have that capacity, that ability to lobby your colleagues to be able to attract projects to your area. And that capacity, I have it.
Wow.
So you can be rest assured that if I get there, I'll be able to interact properly, lobby. It's not a one, because it's not a dictatorship. You go there, interact with your colleagues, you lobby them, give and take. Maybe there are issues that will also affect their own constituency that you have to support them. These are the kind of thing you do when you get to the National Assembly. We'll do that because my sole interest is to I'm anxious to make a difference. Very, very anxious.
Wow.
For me, I'm not that young. I'm 60 years now. For me, I want to set a benchmark for the younger generation. We want to remove that idea which most of them now have, that you go to government to steal, you go to government to build a house, you go to government because you are financially inadequate, so that you can use it as going to create job for yourself. It shouldn't be so. By the grace of God, at the time we finish, if elected, we'll set a benchmark for our people on how a representative should behave if you're in the National Assembly. For the younger ones, as it is today, everybody is rushing. You see some people who don't even live here.
Yeah.
I've seen some people with posters and banners. And I ask, this one wants to go to, yes, you want to go to the National Assembly. It's a young man, but does he even have a house in Benin? He doesn't have.
Wow.
He doesn't even have. But he wants to go to Abuja to represent me and you. Now, I also ask, where does he live? They say he lives in Abuja. Okay, now, you live in Abuja. Where is your home in Abuja? Is he his personal? He says he's a tenant. And he wants to represent me and you. So these are the kind of situation we have found ourselves. It shouldn't be so. We must have people who have sound pedigree. People who in their individual life have done enough that they cannot do for others. Not somebody that is hustling to just grab and try to establish himself. We cannot afford that kind of mistake again. We have done that before, but this is the time to correct it so that we send a proper benchmark for the incoming ones, for our younger ones, to represent us properly in the future.
Wow, to represent us properly in the future. Any question?
Somebody just said something now. He said, one thing that is proud of you, sir, about this, the fact that you don't only live here, you are a son of the soil. Because a lot of representatives do not even know the local government, more about the local government they are in. There was something you mentioned before the person replied. He said, when you mentioned that the local government only Oredo was 2, because a lot of people don't know about that at all. So it sounds like the person of this, our honorable, is a man who really knows where he wants to represent. Because it's one thing for you to know, for you to live in the environment you want to represent, and it's another thing for you to know the environment. So the person is giving you kudos, sir, saying that indeed you are a worthy representative.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Another comment?
Another one, the person said, Obaseki has indeed a sound mind. That is why he attracts only sound minds. Honourable Bibi is one of them. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Another person said, this is the way to go. Honourable Bibi is a man for the people. He has the feelings of the people at heart. So I want to, on my own, add, sincerely, this interview is timely. Because if people don't really know the heart the person that is representing them is having towards them, they might misinterpret. A lot of people can read different meanings to a lot of things. So exactly. I want to say thank you so much, sir, for granting this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Time not really day. So under which platform you dey contest? Because when you first talk, a lot of people never come online. So under which platform you for the contest?
I'm contesting under the People's Democratic Party.
Okay.
The PDP. The PDP slogan is Rescue Nigeria.
Rescue Nigeria.
Because Nigeria is in a mess. The APC has killed this country.
Wow.
Like I was telling somebody, I said, how will somebody be so shameless to say he's contesting under APC? Because for me, it's a serious aberration. Because APC has brought Nigeria to its knees. There's no way I would have contested under such a platform. Before 2015, when they came on board, the economy of Nigeria was rated as one of the best in Africa. Today, Nigeria economy, or Nigeria as a country, is being seen as the capital, the poverty capital of the entire Africa. That's the level they have brought us. Before they came in 2015, the APC as a party, the dollar was about 180.
185.
Why thereabout? Today, the dollar is about 800. How do you comprehend that? How can somebody now say you are contesting under such a platform? A bag of rice in 2015 was 10,000 naira. Today it's about 40 or 50,000.
Yeah, 45K.
And what is the minimum wage in Nigeria? Sometimes I feel sorry for my workers. I just increase their salary.
Wow.
Yeah, last month. Why? Because I look at them. What will 40,000 do for them to live? Because for me, 40,000, I spend at least minimum of 450,000 every day alone.
Wow.
Although that's because I help a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I now wonder, these fellows, with 50,000 naira salary every month. Can they even survive? It's pathetic. That is in Nigeria that we find ourselves. And APC brought us to this level. APC should be apologizing to Nigeria. Nigeria has a state to be great. Nigeria is a great country. We have everything. We have natural resources. We have human resources. Our Nigerian people are the best in America in all fields, engineering, medicine, even in business. Go to Europe. Nigerians are excelling. This time we are talking about human capital resources. Right?
Yeah.
So Nigerians are good. But unfortunately, where we get it wrong is the issue of leadership.
Wow.
It is painful. You know, we are Nigerians. We must create an environment where our children will be able to survive. So APC is completely out of it. Now, you see people talking about the other man. What's his name? Obi?
Yes.
Obi, yes, he's a good man. I'm nothing against him. But the problem is that it is going to be difficult for him to win the election.
How?
If somebody can tell me that Obi can score 2/3 of the vote in even 19 states of Nigeria, I will vote for him.
Wow.
Because I know it will be difficult. 19 states. Because you need to get to 30 in 24 states.
Yes.
Let us not deceive ourselves. I have nothing against him, but he cannot win, unfortunately.
So don't allow our people to fight you for saying that Obi will not win.
No. I'm being realistic.
Okay.
I said I'm not against him.
Okay.
He's a good man. He has good idea, but he's not going to be able to win. Okay. You know,
somebody, sorry, sir, for cutting you. Somebody said, sir, I'm aware, I know about Bibi hotels. Sir, you have successfully sustained that business for over 2 decades.
More than
How did you manage to do it, even in this harsh economy?
Good.
Because I'm a very prudent manager of resources. I manage resources very well. Let the person tell him, yes. Like I said before, I started this business with just 7 rooms.
7 rooms.
7 rooms. Today we have about 50 rooms. From 7 rooms, we moved to 15 rooms. 15 rooms, we moved to 30 rooms. From 30, we now have 50 rooms with a very functional hall. That is because I'm a strong manager of resources, very prudent. And if given the opportunity to represent our people, I will do more. I'll be prudent with whatever I'm giving. I'll make sure it gets to, because I'm anxious to make a difference. I'm very anxious to make a difference. I'm anxious to set a benchmark for the incoming youths. People like him, they can now come up and represent us in the future if there's a proper benchmark. But a situation where you have 419ers, you have pickpockets, you have fraudsters who will not just deceive everybody. They get there and help themselves. That's why when you go there, you call them, they don't pick their calls. Because the intention, ab initio, was to commit fraud. And you don't have any place to trace them to because they don't live here.
Wow.
Apart from my personal, I have businesses here because I live here. This is my home. The only time I go to Lagos, anytime I'm not in Nigeria, when I travel, maybe I go to the US or to the UK or Japan, which is my second home. The only time I am not in Benin is when I'm coming from abroad. That first night, I spend in Lagos or Abuja, depending on where the aircraft is coming. The next day I'm in Benin, and I don't live there till I travel again.
Wow.
I'm a homeboy.
Wow.
I believe in this place.
Wow. Thank you very, very much. The interview is becoming more interesting. Now, the issue of vote buying, rigging, and thuggery. Being a responsible man, how una want to manage this area?
You know, now the issue of beavers is trending. It was used in Osun State. So if you steal any ballot paper or ballot box, you're on your own. It will not count. So it's the people that will decide the vote this time. Like my campaign strategy, I'm going to the units. I'm not even doing this jamboree that people just call people and sing song. No, I'm talking to the electorate one-on-one. I'm telling just like I'm discussing with you. I'm telling you to interrogate me. They should interrogate me. Look at my pedigree and take a decision. I have always been somebody who believes in good governance, right from when I was in school. I was a student of the University of Lagos. I left the University of Lagos in 1986. The present governor of Ekiti State was my colleague. Yeah, we left school the same year. We were all members of the University of Lagos Student Union. So I've always believed in good governance, right from the days of my That was the days when I was in school. So I believe in doing it right. And it's an opportunity to do it right. I tried this severally. Do you know that in Edo State here, I put in my personal resources in trying to help people to go to National Assembly?
Wow. Wow.
A lot of personal resources.
Wow.
But when they get there, they disappoint you. They disappoint you because they will now have a completely different agenda.
Different mindset.
Different mindset. Because you will help them so that they can go there and make a difference in your society. Because you live here. But they go there as a complete. So this time I'm going by myself. And I believe there will be a difference. So that we can teach people how to represent
The people.
the people.
Wow. Very, very interesting. And I don't know if there's any one or two questions so that we can call it a day.
One man just pointed, a young boy, pointed something out. He said, sir, please, can you kindly tell us if your family live in Benin City or this?
That is it. Perfect question.
Yes, I have a wife and I have 4 children.
Okay.
My daughter is in university here in Benin.
Okay.
My daughter, another one, is in presentation school in Benin.
Okay.
My son is in a secondary school in Ogara.
Okay.
Then my last child is in a Indonesian school. So they all live here. We live together.
Okay.
I love this place. A lot of people, let me tell you, when my daughter was going to Alfred Babalola University,
Yeah.
some people came and said, if I want to send her to Canada, because that is what is trending.
Yeah.
I said, no. I schooled here. I went to the University of Lagos. My children will school here. They must be part of this society. They must be part of. So my family will live here together. We live in the same house, and we're happy to be living together.
So which means for this campaign, your children will also daylight to the campaign for the father.
Of course, if need be.
If need be, all right.
If need be. Except, if need be.
Wow. So guys, now so it go the day we'll continue to the talk as it be. We'll see more quick carry waka come meet one of our guys. We want to go represent us for House of Rep because we don't get a lot of persons. We don't go there at the end of the day na zero. So that's also one take time now begin to interview them. Immediately tell us why they want go there. Why did they ask us make we vote for them? Because we know so many they don't get vote, PM they disappear. During campaign, you know they pick call. After campaign, the number you are dialing is not reachable. Or na PA go come they pick the call. Now some of them don't they tell us say no, them no go be fit do like that. They no go disappoint us. Say because they part of the system, they don't they feel our pain. So that's why we would ask them, would they move around. Then finally, sir, I also know say governor they try to bring some project come the state. When it be said the thing never still get ahead because of poor representative. E.g., the Gele support. I know say that one they beyond the governor. Yes, it don't promise they want to do Gele support, but there are some things where they need to put on ground. So if peradventure God help you, you become the member of House of Rep tomorrow, how you go fit take help us facilitate this project, make it come to reality?
You see, Governor Obaseki is one of the best gifts
Wow.
that God gives to Edo people. Obaseki is so sound in mind.
Wow.
And is so intelligent. Obaseki is thinking about the future of our people. He has a lot of people that criticize him because they say he's not giving them money. But Obaseki is laying a foundation, very solid one, for the greatness of the state. Let me give you an example before I go to the Gele.
Okay, sir.
Now, the palm plantation in Orion is the biggest in the entire Africa.
Wow.
At the time it becomes functional, we are going to rely less on oil and allocation from the federal accounts.
Wow.
Just last week, Obaseki told us that the IGR of Edo State is going to soon be over 6 billion naira every month.
Wow.
That will be enough resources.
Yeah.
Why are we in our present state? Lack of resources. The moment there's enough fund, Edo State will transform completely.
Wow.
The legacy port is a work in progress because of little bottleneck. But I can assure you that when people like us are in the National Assembly, we make sure that we put pressure at the national government so that whatever it needs to make it materialize is put in place. Because those issues are purely in the exclusive list of the federal government. Those are the inhibitions. So the moment we are able to get there, we'll make sure that we put sufficient pressure on the national government or the federal government so that they're able to relax those bottlenecks.
Okay.
Otherwise, we remain where we are. Like I said before, there's nobody like Obaseki. He's the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria needs him.
Wow. Not even though.
Nigeria needs him. About a few months ago or years ago, Obaseki told you about the printing of Naira.
Yes. Last about 2 years.
Some people were talking and saying the man was talking nonsense. Today, where are we? Is it not obvious to everybody now that the economy is completely dead?
Yeah.
Where you just print your currency randomly. He mentioned it. So Obaseki is the kind of man that can remove Nigeria from its present situation.
Wow.
My people, my belle sweet me this afternoon. So I beg, those of you wey want support Honourable Bibi for House of Rep under PDP, if na choice, make una vote for her. But for me I go say na better person wey una need to vote for because it dey sound like our governor. We don't need tourist representative again. We need person wey go dey with us to tell us how it be. Anytime we knock for door, they no go shut the door against us. So we pray by the grace of God, say everything wey he talk say he go do so, immediately get the mandate, make it not change. Because we know say somebody will talk like this, they'll say, hey, yeah, me on your phone. But I just trust God, say, Honourable Sonny Agwebo, he no go disappoint Oredo people and the people we want to represent. With God on his side, things go work out well. If that's a question there for them.
Somebody just talk now, he say, sir, for you even granting interview, it shows that you don't only have sound mind, you have the heart of the people. Because a lot of people wey wan represent us no dey even dey grant open their door for anybody, let alone grant interview. So the man say, God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, man.
So thank you very much, sir. Final word for our people.
Well, our people, you are about to experience the best representation ever. I can assure you that. The moment I'm elected into the National Assembly, our people, it will be a representation that is being done by all of us. It's just that one man will be in charge. Because I'll be the voice of the people. I will speak your mind and I will speak for you. You can be rest assured that this representation is going to be a novel one in our history. Because there have never been anything like this before. For the first time, our people will see a very sound representation. Representation that will touch lives, that will improve lives. Representation that the people will be able to make contributions, even when they are not in National Assembly.
Wow. Thank you very much. So viewers all over the world, we say more carry one of our House of Rep member for who they represent Oredo. And we just pray by the grace of God, everything will go well. The election will be free and fair. If you never get your PVC, I beg, go collect your PVC. You will never collect PVC. No good insult people where they support the candidate of their choice. Go collect your PVC. Remember, INEC no they count prayer point. INEC no they count what you they do. Now your PVC. No talk say vote no they can't. My brother, vote they can't.
Yes.
If they can't. Under Obaseki now no say vote they can't. And the thing happen for Osun, it will still happen again. I beg, not let anybody deceive you. Make you not sell your vote. No sell your PVC. Avoid ballot snatching. Avoid thuggery. Avoid them by all costs so that Nigeria will become great again. Me, I know say Nigeria will become great again. That's why we dey play our own part to see how we go fit take change the negative narrative about governance in Nigeria. And we start from Edo. So my love and support for governor now because it did very sound and they represent us well. And they carry people with their we also represent us well, follow body. So that by the time someone go this area, they don't go this area, just go they go where chelele. My people, when I do well, my name is Apostle Alfred or Dion Uyinosa. The man with the talk and they do on the show as they be. When I do well, more not forget to pray for this election, pray for your governor, pray for all representative. Everything will be all right. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you very much.